Hello everyone, this is Zelda Kelly and welcome back to the Great 78. I'm excited to bring this card to you. She is one of my favorite cards. There's a lot of different little hidden things in there and we're going to go over each and every one. But before I do that, I want to introduce you to another card that I have. Now it is the same card, the High Priestess. But this is, you see that? You see that? This is a 3D card. I don't know if I like that or not. But there are so many elements that are missing. You see, the columns are different. The face is different. There's not a lot of things. There's the crescent moon, but the blue robe is not the same. There's a lot of things that are not the same. And the reason that I'm telling you this is, someone asked me why we use the Rider-Waite deck for this particular series. And it's for this reason. When you're learning the tarot, I want you to have all of the information and then some. Some of it you won't even need, you may not need, or you'll love to have it. But I just thought, you know, I got a deck of actually the major arcana that is all 3D like this. I'm not sure if I like them. What do you think? Let me know. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, I wanted to show you that because there's a lot of missing elements, you see. So without further ado, I want to get into this card. Now, we talked about the Magician the last time. That was the key was number 1. That is right here. That's the key. This is the key number 2. The Magician is about the conscious, but the High Priestess is about the subconscious mind. I love that part because if you're into the laws of attraction and you're manifesting, this is an excellent card. That and the Empress is an excellent card for you to use while you're doing your manifestations, if you do that sort of thing. This is a card in which represents not only meditation, but spiritual enlightenment. And this card basically tells us that there is a lot of spirituality that can manifest in your mind. And if you hear my kitty in the background, I'm so sorry, but I can't pause my camera, and we're on a roll. So I'll try to drown that out for you. My apologies. Okay, but we're live here. You know, for those of you who have animals, I mean, there are children, right? Okay, so back to the High Priestess. She actually is a very quiet and a very patient energy. She observes. So let's get down to it. Her main color, obviously, is blue. The Hebrew letter is Gimel, or Gimel. The letter associated to her is a number 3. The astrological sign is a moon. The alchemy sign is silver and or water. And here we go with the musical note, the G sharp. Now someone asked me why musical notes are associated with the tarot. Numbers are associated with the tarot. Numbers are associated with music and everything that we do. It is that for that reason that you can resonate with one of these cards. So this musical note for this particular card is a G sharp. Now there are other things, that attributes that you can associate with this card if you're reading, and that is you can heighten your intuition. This is a feminine energy, although this energy can be either for a male or a female. It can mean that someone is hiding something from you, that there are some secrets. It also can mean that someone has a good memory. It can be the opposite of peace and or strife. And it also means that there is sacred knowledge involved with this. So I think this is a beautiful, beautiful card. And with all this meditation and spiritual enlightenment, it brings us to these two columns. Now, these two columns here, one is black and one is white. This letter, the white one, stands for Jachin or Yakin, and that means he will establish. And the B stands for Boaz, which means his strength. So you could read it as he will establish his strength, or his strength will be established when you read with this card. I think that's pretty cool. This also represents the yin yang, okay? It means that there's a harmony and that opposites attract. It also it means that these represent the columns that held up King Solomon's temple. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? The High Priestess, and when you pull out this card, whatever the reading is and however you read her, you should find strength and balance in these differences, because opposites attract. And that actually means that we can view things very healthy. There's a curtain behind her. You see this? Do you see this? This actually is a curtain when you look close to this. And these are pomegranates on here. But this curtain means that that is the entrance to the Holy of Holies. And that this curtain acts as a unification of the spirit and the material world. Or it can divide you from the spiritual and the material world. Very interesting, isn't it? It divides and it connects our subconscious with our conscious mind. And it has to do a lot with enlightenment. And it also means that with this curtain, it can be that we seek maturity. So the pomegranates, let's talk about these pomegranates. This is not only a fruit, but it is supposed to represent that there is a spiritual abundance gained and enlightenment. And it's the symbol of femininity and also divinity. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So there's all kinds of different things going here, but it says that and look who we just have walking across the camera. My apologies, but this, we can't stop this energy. Okay, my apologies. That's Sam, my old girl, back to the Great 78 and the High Priestess. So basically it says that some say that this is, here we go. Some say that this is part of the forbidden fruit that Eve ate in the garden. I don't think so. But okay, so we're gonna just go with the flow there. Now this scroll, I love this scroll. Now I want you to look at this scroll. That reads T-O-R-A. Now that can represent the spiritual law, and that represents the law that this high priestess follows. And it is covered because I think that there's a mystery within the Torah, and it can be revealed. And those trying to reveal it can initiate it, and in a way that, well, they can actually peek behind that curtain. There's a big story behind this, isn't it? Incidentally, you can find, if you want to take another little study, you can find those same letters on the Wheel of Fortune, on the inside of the Wheel of Fortune. So now let's talk about her cross. This cross reiterates many religious themes, beliefs, and she wears it close to her heart, and it reminds us that any spiritual enlightenment that we have can be close to our heart and close to our passion. Now there's a crescent moon here. Now this crescent moon is at her feet, and the moon reiterates the alignment with her feminine divinity and her matriarch rule. And this moon also means that it connects with her crown. You see, she's got a moon on her crown. So that means it connects with this flowing waters of her robe. Unlike, that's what we were talking about. See, unlike this card here, that looks like more of a tile than it does the flowing waters. And you can see the crescent moon in there. So, right? I get more from this card. So the blue robe, let's talk about this, because she's got this draped over her head, over her shoulders, down over her lap. The Torah, her book, her scrolls actually, are somewhat hidden behind there, and it drapes down to her feet and down on the floor, and it looks like it goes off the card, which means that it is actually a river flowing, and it makes it look like a river flowing. It means that it's a push and pull of the river caused by the moon. Now, you know how the moon says that it affects water, right? That's the biggest thing. So I've got to say that this source, and pardon the kitties, they found a box. With this illustrates the abundance and the power that in spiritual enlightenment can bring, with this push and pull of this water, and the water can be seen throughout many other of the tarot cards. So her energy flows through these other cards. I love that, don't you? Let me see if I can find one quickly. Yes, here's the moon, and you see the water flowing through many of the other tarot cards. It's a very excellent, it's an excellent thing. Now, here is we talked about the Torah, and here is the Wheel of Fortune. You can see that, T-A-R-O. So that also means, and we'll get to this card, that also means this is a spiritual. There are still some hidden things. There's still some things we don't know on this earth. And that goes true to this day. We don't know it all. So in the tarot reading, I love this little gal. In our tarot reading with her, now we talked about, do we do reverse, or we do upright, or we do upside down or reverse? And I read upright. So when you read upright, it can basically mean that you're all about the subconscious mind and you're dealing with divine wisdom. So in a reading, this can be an encouragement to trust your own intuition, your own gut feeling, and basically says, be still and trust yourself. Believe in your insight and act upon your feminine energy regardless of what your regardless of what your gender is. This upright priestess or high priestess means that you can actually nurture your plans, and that you can actually ask or have someone out or seek someone to collaborate with you and listen. And it basically, this card means really listen. It is a subconscious card. Listen. Now, last and not least, it is the reversed. And I'll tell you, with that reverse card, guess, you're blocking your spiritual enlightenment. You're blocking what's good for you. You're blocking everything that is coming to you. You're blocking what you deserve to have and that you're working on. So let's say this. If you are using the if you're using the laws of attraction and you see this card, well, you're blocking yourself, because through the laws of attraction, it is our subconscious mind that we go through this, and that we work through this. And through our subconscious mind is how we deal every day. It is every day we wake up, the subconscious mind rules 95% of what we do. So if we have this blocked, it's going to be very hard for us to get right back on the right track. So when you see the High Priestess, know that you've got a spiritual path, that you're guided, you can trust your intuition. There's a lot of different things, but it's up to you to interpret that based on the cards around this card. So thanks so much for stopping by the Great 78. I enjoy bringing this to you. I hope you've learned about the High Priestess card. Next time, we're going to be talking about our sweet friend, the Empress. And I'm sorry, I did not pull her card out here, but I think you know what the Empress looks like. And we're going to talk about her. Talk about another wonderful card in the Laws of Attraction. That Empress card is the one that you want to use, want to utilize, want to have when you are dealing with the laws of attraction. But remember, this High Priestess is the one who is near your subconscious, and that's what it's all about. Here is our little friend. We're going to talk about her next week. So join us again. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being patient with my kitties. But you know, when you're on a roll, you're on a roll. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time on the Great 78. Bye for now.